We're talking about podcast.
Wait, Carter, are you gonna come?
We're talking
Carter.
about itty-bitty podcast. A podcast.
Carter. Well, now what?
I don't know. Normally he starts things.
Yeah,
I've never started anything before. I don't know. Hey, it's a me, a mini Monday. Does that feel right?
I think that's how he usually does it. Yeah, I think he's like, let's a podcast.
Let's go.
Every time. I think so.
I think Carter is gone.
It sure seems that way, doesn't it?
I think Carter is at the House of Mouse.
Yeah. Carter went to Disney World and he left us here to do at least this first part of Mini Monday. So if you listen exclusively for Carter,
skip until after the ad break and then
hang with us for just the rest of this beginning segment. Then we're going to do an ad break and then your boy's back.
Now, for me, it seemed like Carter took his bucket of popcorn, threw it on the ground and said, I don't want to watch Boba Fett anymore at all. And then he left. And then I was there like, I don't want to watch Boba Fett, but somebody's got to make an episode. And so that's sort of where I'm at, is that I was forced, not at gunpoint necessarily, like emotional.
Now is the perfect time to work at Amazon. They are offering hourly jobs with great pay and even include a large sign-on bonus. No matter where you're at in the job market, you can select from a variety of available roles in your area. Join an exciting work environment and be part of a team that brings smiles to customers every day. To find the job that works for you and some extra cash, go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Gunpoint, though, a little bit to finish this season of television.
You would have stopped though, right? Like early, if we weren't doing the show, you would have stopped Boba.
After episode 2, I would have been done with the Book of Boba Fett.
Okay. You wouldn't even made it to Space Vespas then.
I wouldn't have made it to Space Vespas, although
you were out before Space Vespas.
It would have been such a bummer. Robert Rodriguez is back in this last one, and boy,
Robert Rodriguez is back in a real Spy Kids 3D kind of way.
It sure tastes like Robert Rodriguez is back in this last episode, doesn't it?
Gosh, this is terrible.
Let's get the bad out of the way so that we can focus on the good. Let's talk about the bad. The pacing of this episode is absurd. The fight goes on for
oh my gosh, Boba's whole thing. I mean, again, we're reaping the consequences of having no real motivation for Boba this entire season. Boba only is the protagonist because some people thought he was cool when he was on screen in 1980 and he was a big enough boy to talk back to Darth Vader. And that's it. That's all the characterization we've even gotten from them.
If that's all this season is just Boba being cool, sign me up.
Sure, but he's nothing. He has no, like, the thing that stood out to me as, I don't know, I think I would say for this whole finale, the thought that kept repeating through my head is, you haven't earned this.
Yeah.
Absolutely none of this was earned.
These are my people, is what he says when...
Yes, that's the thing that irritated me the most. Who is he talking about?
How are these
his people?
He just
showed
up.
They're not his people.
He's been here for like a week. What do you mean these are my people? Oh my goodness.
I think there's a moment in the finale that to me feels very indicative of Boba Fett, the whole season as a whole. And I think, the kind of the screenwriting advice, the show don't tell thing is probably overplayed in terms of criticism of media. But Boba Fett does a thing that's sort of like tell, and then how dare you even think I should have to show?
Right.
There's a moment here. It's right before the giant droidicas. Scorp something droids. I don't remember their name. They're an EU thing that's been canonized again. So that's so cool to see them back. Congrats. They kind of looked like the turrets from Portal to me. They didn't so much look like Star Wars droids, but
they were a little more Michael Bay Transformers than they were Star Wars.
They really were.
I'll take it.
And it's because I've got Horizon on the brain. That big red eye definitely did seem like a Horizon robot.
Sure.
But there's a moment right before those droids come when all Boba's good friends are cheering because they have just defeated one of the waves of enemies. They've got a little cooldown timer so they can get more health and ammo before the next round starts. This episode
was so indicative that this Star Wars TV universe is a video game turned into a show.
Oh, absolutely. As if Mando's mini fetch quests and escort missions weren't that.
Right.
But there's a moment where they're cheering and we see a wide shot of all of them. And the sound effect that plays is people clapping and screaming and hollering. And the clapping is very loud in the mix. And there is not a person on screen whose hands touch together in the middle in front of them a single time. I watched it 3 times. Like, where is the one person that's clapping? Nobody's clapping. And that to me is the book of Boba Fett. It's like, these are my people. Are you sure? Hey, I said they're my people. They're my people.
So
just go with it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the just go with it, the show. And it's such a waste of my time and a waste of Tamara Morrison and a waste of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of the above. The Mando-centric episodes, 5 and 6, 4 and 5? What was it? 4 and 5?
Yeah.
The Mando-centric episodes were 7 out of 10 episodes of The Mandalorian.
They were.
So I'll take it. That's fine.
I will say, even Mando and Grogu had no business being in this show.
No.
And even those episodes actively undo the only 2 seasons of Star Wars that I am on board with right now. They have, like, by having Luke UPS next day air Grogu back to Tatooine, why the heck did we spend 2 entire seasons trying to get Grogu to Luke if he stays with him for a week and then Luke doesn't even care enough to bring him back to Tatooine in person?
So in the same, well, I can answer you why Luke didn't bring him back to Tatooine is because Luke alone would have torn all those people up. So they can't have him there or else there's no conflict.
No, it's because we spent all of our money on King Rancor Kong and we didn't have any money left for the digital Luke.
We'll talk about King Rancor Kong in just a minute. But the thing that this show did, we talked about it a little bit last week of like, it feels like they're making it in real time and just adjusting because people hate it.
Yes.
That is, I think, what this was for Mandalorian of like, ooh, people are not a fan of him without Grogu. So we're going to go ahead and bring Grogu back so Grogu can be with him for season 3.
Well, to me, it feels like the story ended after Mando. And then since Mando has ended, every upcoming Star Wars film has been indefinitely delayed, indefinitely canceled. And the only thing on the docket was these TV shows. And so we said, oh crap, we better make another Mando soon. So let's kind of halfway try a Boba Fett show. And then in that Boba Fett show, we'll get one more cool Luke scene. We'll get Grogu and Mando back together and they can continue their fetch quests across the galaxy.
Right.
But there is no real narrative momentum anymore. Mm-mm. That was the whole point. Like from episode 1 of The Mandalorian, the thrust of that narrative was, I need to return him to his own kind. Even though I love him, I know what's best for him is to be with his own kind.
Right.
And we've completely undone 2 seasons of The Mandalorian in a 30-minute sequence in this episode.
So I don't know that I 100% agree with that because I think you could pretty easily argue that The Mandalorian is also about a show about a guy that wanted to offload this kid who then kind of fell in love with the kid and was like, actually, I want him around. So we see the continuation of that of like, you did it, you finished, wait, I want him back. So there's a little bit of that, which I don't mind. It doesn't offend me. It definitely doesn't feel on the same trajectory as The Mandalorian. It feels like this show exists in direct competition to the stories and plots of The Mandalorian a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. This show overall is a huge disappointment to me.
I can't believe how little Cad Bane we got in the whole show.
Yeah.
But certainly in this episode, I felt nothing when Boba killed Cad Bane, even though that's supposed to be a big triumphant moment for Boba. Like, I don't know why we haven't had Cad Bane in since the beginning, acting as an antagonistic force to Boba. Mm-hmm. But it's just
Cad
like Bane, overall.
It was cool to have him. I did already see a YouTube video of somebody doing CG work to make him look like his Clone Wars counterpart.
Sure.
And this person on YouTube was able to make him look so much better.
That's kind of a track record, I feel like, with Lucasfilm, with their Star Wars shows. That same thing happened with Luke 2 years ago. Yeah, man. I don't know. I just like, I go through waves with Star Wars, where Star Wars has been, for a lot of my life, one of the most like important and foundational stories to me. And then something like this comes along that just has all the appeal of a wet fart. And I was like, why do I even like this? I actually don't think I like this anymore. Yeah. Like I'm not excited for Kenobi at all. Obi-Wan is my favorite character in Star Wars. And I am terrified that Disney's going to pull some Boba Fett crap on him. Yeah. I'm not at all looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to the Andor show. although Rogue One is my favorite Disney Star Wars movie, I have next to no confidence in Lucasfilm because of how easy it would have been to do a good Boba Fett show.
Right.
And how hard they had to actively try to do a bad one.
Or just hand it off to Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, I guess that's it too.
So let's burn through some of these things so that we can super dump and super pump the whole season.
I've already done that in previous episodes. I'll reiterate.
Rancor Kong, why did he have to go bad and climb the building at the end? It was pointless.
Because that's the exact thing King Kong does.
Right.
We wanted an exact King Kong thing. I love that Boba's like, let's lead them out of the center of the city to try and minimize collateral damage. And then he brings his Rancor in to jump on every building and squish all of them.
Yeah. The Rancor, I've seen a lot of people be like, at least the Rancor was cool. My personal opinion is that it was not cool.
Yeah, I didn't think it was very cool.
Lame.
Well, again, like Boba Fett did nothing cool this whole show. I mean, Boba Fett sat still on a Rancor.
Wrong.
Boba Fett did fly around and do some cool stuff in this episode.
He and Mando back to back fighting when he's got his like knee cannons and wrist cannons and stuff.
That is cool.
That was awesome. And I was like, finally, Boba is sick. And then it just all got erased because he got on his Rancor and rode it around. I don't know. It was just nothing to me. The show was nothing to me. The thing that worked for me in this episode, because I just finished Yellow Jackets, the British girl that's part of the KitchenAid crew is one of the main characters in Yellow Jackets. And so I was a little more looking out for her this time for this episode.
Yeah.
And I like her. I think she's really good in Yellow Jackets. She's okay here, which is saying something with the script she's given. So clearly she's a monumental talent.
Sure.
I think that Mando always works. They have really nailed it with his look and personality with just every kind of...
Is this show the easiest paycheck Pedro Pascal's ever made?
Dude, it's got to be, right?
My dude was never even there.
Yeah. Like that has to be...
Pedro Pascal worked from home on Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, so did Robert Rodriguez, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. Jeez.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all that worked for me from this. It's like, why even bust out the Darksaber if you're going to do one thing with it this season?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's super dump and super pump the whole series. You go ahead and reiterate your super dump for me.
My super dump is the Mandalorian episodes in the middle of the Boba Fett show and how that is indicative of the fact that there is no story here. We wanted to make Mando season 3 and we couldn't figure out how to make Mando season 3 start from the end of Mando season 2. And so we had to use a Boba Fett show. It's like putting a pill inside a hot dog for a dog, except for the hot dog's not very good and the medicine
is the good part.
Seems
it's like
to
putting
me
a hot dog inside of a pill.
Yeah. Although the hot dog is a real Trojan horse in this situation because it seems to me that the Mando stuff that we included here actively undoes the first 2 seasons of Mando Star Wars, which is some of the only Star Wars I like right now. So it's left me in a weird spot with the franchise.
Sure. My super dump is the Robert Rodriguez of it all. I'm just going to sum it up as Robert Rodriguez, but what I mean by that is that this is just bad. It's just a bad show. Like they made a bad show, a really bad show. And it is, it's everything. It's the script. It's the acting. It's the soundtrack's cool. I love the soundtrack. I think the audio is great. But like, I just don't care about this show because there were no stakes and there was no reason for it to exist. And it was all spectacle, but poorly done spectacle. So yeah,
we saved, that's the even thing too, is like we saved our effects budget for King Rancor Kong and the big droidicas. And then the Luke appearance and then the Mando, like the last 3 episodes look so much more expensive than the whole like CW fights at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. It was clearly meant to be spectacle and the spectacle even fell short. It's like, a fireworks show where there's one firework.
It's a fireworks show that's all sparklers.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I found this show to be an immense disappointment. I don't think I'm alone based on our Discord chatter, but
I actually have not read any reactions of folks, Discord or otherwise, who feel the other way, who feel that this was good. I think it's pretty universally panned.
It's and if there's somebody listening who likes it, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. I just think that it's one of the closest things to objectively bad we have had come out of Star Wars since Rise of Skywalker, which in my opinion was objectively bad.
I also think you're not alone in that.
Yeah.
So what's your super pump then?
My super pump is the 2 Mando episodes because it was the only time I enjoyed watching this.
Yeah.
I just like Pedro Pascal. I think he is great. I could listen to him talk all day. And the fact that we got him and Ahsoka and Luke and Grogu, like, cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Wipe away the sin of Boba Fett off of my screen and let me see Mando for 2 episodes. That's fine with me. I'm into that.
To reiterate my super pump from last week, it was the tech used to bring Luke to life.
Sure.
You can go back and listen to last week's episode. I'll summarize briefly here. The deep fake that's used to turn our actor stand-in into 1980 Mark Hamill is really, really impressive. The AI tech used to replicate Mark Hamill's voice is impressive, although it doesn't quite work. It can't really deliver lines in an emotional way, although it is an impressive bit of tech. So that's pretty cool.
Impressive in concept, not so much in execution.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
And also terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I don't love
the
it.
most Black Mirror thing I've ever heard. And
Yeah.
there's definitely enough audio of me having conversation on the internet for that program to do that to me, which I hate.
Almost 5 entire years of weekly podcast episodes. Somebody could make me. They wouldn't even have to use AI. They could just edit. I have said probably every word.
Yeah, there's
They
every
could just
word.
find a sentence of me.
Well,
Yeah.
not every word.
No,
There are some lines even I won't cross.
not me. I'm unafraid. I've said every word.
It's me, Boba Fett, and I'm scary. Yeah, man. Bummer. Huge bummer.
enormous bummer. So the kind of the rumor is that this was recycled from the proposed plot of a Boba Fett Star Wars story. Remember when they were doing all those spin-offs and then they got cold feet and killed them all after Solo underperformed? There was going to be rumors of a Boba Fett one.
Disney approach to Star Wars of like, let's try this thing. What if we try the worst one first? Sure. Oh, that flopped.
Oh, it didn't
Kill
work?
all the cool ones.
Never happening again. Exactly. So this was going to be rumored a Boba Fett solo movie that kind of featured him showing down against the Pike Syndicate and ultimately ended in a confrontation with Crimson Dawn, who was controlling the Pike Syndicate, which is the criminal organization that Emilia Clarke is working for and that Darth Maul is the head of during Solo. So that would have at least been interesting.
Darth Maul stuff.
Oh, Maul is dead by this point. We saw him die in Rebels.
Dead, actual dead. Okay.
Dead. He's been dead before.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think the Maul stuff that we're going to get live action is going to be Kenobi. Is my
God, I hope not, man. That's the operatic movement of Star Wars is that there is 19 years of waiting where really not much happens in terms of the Chosen One prophecy and toppling the Empire. Do you know what I mean?
Like that's totally separate, right? Like by that point, Maul is not connected to the Empire anymore. And
Sure. But what I'm saying is like there is by design not really room for a ton of stakes on Tatooine with Ben Kenobi because part of Ben's penance for mistraining Anakin is sitting and waiting and not being able to participate and having no real way to fight back against the Empire until this child grows. I don't know. I'm really, really, really nervous about Kenobi.
About 8 years ago, I fell in love with the concept of a Man with No Name style story of a middle-aged Ben Kenobi kind of wordlessly protecting a village from something on Tatooine, not connected to Luke, not connected to anything, but that's how he gets the reputation of there's a wizard that lives up in those caves.
Yeah. Crazy old hermit, Ben Kenobi. Yeah.
And so the idea that village being protected is hiding something that Maul wants for money or something is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Now, anytime I come up with a cool idea, Star Wars says, how
about no?
Let me do a bad idea.
How about
what I'm saying is I'm smarter than the people who Disney hire.
I think you just like Star Wars.
Yeah. I don't know. Do I anymore? Honestly?
I
like Star Wars
asking
anymore?
myself that. I have 3 beautiful Star Wars posters that Jess got me a couple of Christmases ago. They're very cool. I love them. They're above my desk. And like, they bring me no joy to look at them.
Like, do I like
now.
Star Wars or do I like 5.5 Star Wars movies and 2 seasons of television?
Exactly.
And some video games. If they just want to keep doing Fallen Order, I'd be happy.
We didn't even talk about the BD droid that's on Tatooine with Pelimoto, with Amy Sedaris.
Sure.
It's not BD1 or BDO, whatever, whichever one Cal's droid is, but it's another kind of droid like that. So that's cool, I guess. Cool.
Amy
That's
Sedaris'
Boba Fett, I guess. That's cool, I guess.
Lacked her usual charm for me this time around, by the way.
Amy Sedaris' character is very easy for me to be out on. A little bit of Amy Sedaris' character, and this goes a very long way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cobb Vanth lives. He's in a back-to-tank. He's going to get operated on by the cyborg doctor.
Is Timothy Oliphant, if you had to be convinced that he didn't die on that desert?
Yeah, for real. They're not going to pay him to come here for one episode.
Yeah.
Who is he, Mark Hamill?
Oh. Was that a burn? I don't know if that was a burn.
I don't know either.
Before we wrap this up, let's put away Boba Fett. Let's close the drawer. I did read yesterday. There's a YouTube channel called Emergency Awesome. They do trailer breakdowns and a bunch of different things. Rumor has it that there is a secret path laid out for Charlie Cox's Daredevil in the current existence of the MCU that involves apparently the Echo Disney Plus series is effectively like an on-ramp for Daredevil season 4.
I've read that's sort of the introduction of the Defenders into the mainline MCU.
Yeah.
Like definitely Kingpin, but also probably Daredevil and maybe even Jessica Jones.
Yeah, what I read is that the three main characters of the Echo show are Echo, Wilson, and Daredevil. But that Echo will use that as an opportunity to bring Karen and Foggy in.
Great. Fine.
And that the current rumor mill is like they are already chugging away at an official legit Daredevil season 4 on Disney Plus.
Good. Fine.
Which, having just finished a rewatch of the first 3 seasons, I have to say it's darker than anything the MCU has
I was just about to say, like,
done.
Tonally, that's going to be a huge shift.
Yeah.
For Disney Plus.
They are
or
changing
for Daredevil.
his suit, by the way. Which is what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Ooh.
A lot of rumors of Yellow Suit making an appearance for a little bit.
Cool. Yellow and brown. Give it to me.
He's going to get a more comic accurate MCU-ified Daredevil suit, which
Cool.
I do not like. I think there is a reason he like pretty much never puts the red suit on again after season 2. And it's because it's bad. It looks bad.
Yeah. It didn't bother me a ton. I mean, maybe there's a trailer for it. I mean, oops, I'll bleep that out. Maybe there's a big game
trailer.
Maybe there's a big sports time trailer for it that played, I guess, last night, right? This is coming out the day after the big game.
Yeah.
So you've probably already seen a Kenobi trailer, folks.
The big game went so good. Yeah, you've probably already seen a Kenobi and a Rings of Power trailer. So,
speaking of things I'm not excited about.
Oh,
it's me, Doge, your resident grump.
Just let yourself be excited until learn the lesson of Boba. It's okay to be pumped, or not even pumped, just not bummed until it gives you a reason.
Yeah, but I need to be right first. If I go into it optimistic and then the show's like, guess what I'm about, and it's Boba levels, then I'm wrong and I'm personally offended. I was outsmarted by a show.
Yeah, I'm just okay with deluding myself, I think. It's the same reason that I don't want you to tell me if something works for me, and I don't want you to tell me that it doesn't work and that I'm benefiting from the placebo effect. I'd rather just keep having it work for me.
How do you think it's working not having Carter, by the way?
I think it's probably bad, is my guess.
Yeah, it doesn't feel awesome to me, to be honest.
I think that Carter is the glue.
Yeah.
That binds us.
Probably.
And I can even feel myself fading away as we slip towards an ad break.
There are loads of streaming options, but how many can you count on to be great? With BritBox, you can get the biggest and best selection of unmissable British TV. Enjoy new hit shows like Line of Duty, fan favorites like Vera, and beloved classics like Agatha Christie's Poirot. Watch on all your favorite devices and cancel anytime with a monthly subscription of just $6.99 per month. Join BritBox today at BritBox.com and use code PODCAST at checkout to get 50% off your first month.
Boy, that was interesting.
I love the emotions that I feel right now about the episode. Yeah.
I had to go grab something real quick.
I can't believe the Transformers were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty shocking development, huh?
Yeah. That was wild. Guys, as we...
I have a memory of a toy that was like an X-Wing Transformer or something.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
I don't. This is a special episode. Special episode. You know what else is special?
Tell me.
That little crazy looking guy who's snatched up your baby and is threatening its life. Let's play a little bit of Rumpelstiltskin.
Wait for ya! Guess the name! Win the Rumpelstiltskin game!
I'm going to actually give you two
Hang on.
prompts.
I was not aware that was part of the podcast lore that we'd created around this funny little imp.
That's what he does, man.
He steals babies?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No. Why do you think that Jordan would have him sound so evil?
Wait, Rumpelstiltskin steals babies, really?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he steals
Yes,
babies.
he steals babies.
I
yes.
thought he was the guy that took a nap for a long time.
No, dude.
Who's that?
I don't know. I've
The
never
guy
even heard of that.
Took a nap for a long time and he woke up and he was like, guess my name.
What? 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 What is that?
We napped for like 100 years.
Guess my name. He woke up and was like, guess my name real quick. No, it's guess my name and get your baby back, dude.
Hey. Rip Van Winkle.
Okay.
The whole time you've thought Rumpelstiltskin.
That's who I thought we were talking about this whole time.
Guess my name.
Rip Van Winkle fell asleep for 20 years and woke up to find that there had been some very big changes.
Ooh.
Wow.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rip Van Winkle fell asleep for 100 years. And I thought that he woke up and said, now guess my name.
Sounds like a Rip Van Winkle in time, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Dang. In Rumpelstiltskin, as it is named and will always be named, I'm going to give a synopsis to these boys, and they then have to guess the name of the movie, just like the one after the guy who took the nap for so long.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I begin with a movie that releases February 11th. It's directed by Robert Ripberger.
Robert Rip Van Winkleberger.
Oh, Robert Ripberger. Mystery thriller horror. After Max and Avery meet a social media app. After Max and Avery meet on a social media app for a first date, their evening takes a perilous turn when they end up at a local haunted house, the home of Rot Creep, a sinister creature that rots your body and soul with one touch. As the night turns into a deadly game of cat and mouse, Max and Avery begin to realize the trauma they share may either save them or erupt into an unforgettable nightmare. We're not done. Written and directed by Robert Ripberger, Blank is loosely inspired by the Ursula Le Guin short story, Blank. That would give it away too. Filmed in a series of long, continuous takes, eerie, blood-curdling predicament of living high while others suffer.
Hey, this isn't Earthsea, is it? The big Ursula K. Le Guin thing? This is not. My guess is this is called Tinderbox.
Oh, nice. Nice. I think it's called Murder, but it's MRDR.
Okay. This movie...
It's KILLR.
Yeah.
KYLR.
This movie is
Killer.
called Those Who Walk Away.
Wow.
Another movie that will be releasing on February 11th.
Wait, hold on. As in those who walk away from Omelas.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't say that because it was in the synopsis.
Yeah, totally. Interesting.
Yep. This movie comes out February 11th. It is directed by Josephine Decker. PG-13, 103 minutes long. Tucked away among the magical redwood trees of Northern California and surrounded by her grandmother's gargantuan roses, 17-year-old Lenny Walker, a radiant musical prodigy, struggles with overwhelming grief following the sudden loss of her older sister Bailey. When Joe Fontaine, the charismatic new guy at school, enters Lenny's life, she's drawn to him. But Lenny's complicated relationship with her sister's devastated boyfriend, Toby, starts to affect Lenny and Joe's budding love. Through her vivid imagination and honest, conflicted heart, Lenny navigates first love and first loss to create a song of her own. What say ye?
I think this movie is called Sequoia.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I was also going to give a real guess, and I feel like one of us should be funny, but
No, be real.
Be real.
I think it's just called Rhythms.
Oh, both good. It's called The Sky is Everywhere.
Close.
Close.
Similar vibe.
Y'all had the right vibe.
Profound nonsense, I think, is the flavor we were all going after.
I've given you 2 Rumpelstiltskins, and now I offer you 2 Sipsgluggers. We're gonna play it backwards. We've done this before.
Nixit Slipmur.
How do you remember that?
How do you remember that?
Nixit Slipyor.
Yeah, it's because the sound that's going to play after I finish the sentence is so scary.
Nixit Skiplor. Your Slipyor.
Yeah.
I'm going to now give you the name of a movie I don't think you've ever heard of, and then you have to give me the synopsis. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 1. A Week in Paradise.
Recently divorced Deborah finds herself in over her head when her weekend trip to the Bahamas comes with an extra ingredient she wasn't expecting. Love.
I thought you were going to say murder.
Murder.
Tim and Tammy are celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary with a trip to the islands. However,
I hope that was the end. I hope that was the end.
When it's time to check out, they discover a loophole that allows them to spend travel rewards points from their credit card without the balance ever decreasing.
Ooh.
So they just stay?
Is there such a thing as too much paradise?
I love that. I would actually watch that. Hey, I wanted to be clear, by the way.
It's so good.
In my head, the love that Deborah finds ends up actually being her ex that she just divorced. Ends up at the same resort.
Cool.
Sort of a forgetting Sarah Marshall thing.
Because they looked at it together on the computer before they broke,
and she's
before they
finally
split.
like, actually, now it's starting to just become forgetting Sarah Marshall. Exactly.
I hope Melissa Joan Hart is not listening.
Ugh.
She's going to rip both of those ideas.
You know she is.
A Week in Paradise. Seeking solace from a failed marriage,
Ooh, Jordan.
Maggie escapes to the Caribbean to stay at her cousin Fiona's secluded resort.
From Shrek?
After some much-needed recovery, she meets the resort's charming chef Sam and begins to imagine a new life for herself, just as her old one comes barging in. Jordan, you were
smelling the vibe.
What?
You were hunting it out.
Returns. Way to go. Little do we know he already has his tickets for this movie.
Truffle pig gonna get some truffle.
How different is Deborah and Maggie, honestly? Like,
sometime. All right, here's our last one. The Ledge.
ooh.
What are the odds that this is a 127-hour sequel where he goes looking for his arm?
Yikes.
Y'all seen an arm? It looks like this one, but
sort of mirrored.
Guy.
And the arms like, have you?
what's
The
funny
arms
is
like,
that
have you seen the
joke-
rest of a guy?
that joke exactly is actually in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but about a flip flop. Like exactly,
Is it
like
really?
almost word for word. Like, have you seen my other flip flop? It looks like this one, but like it's its brother.
Are we accidentally remembering Sarah Marshall in this
man.
episode?
I hope so.
The Ledge.
Your money or your life? It's a simple question that leads Kevin Derrickson to the one place. to the one place a man about to break never wants to go. The Ledge.
Cast a star. Who's the star? I need a face for this one.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. That feels like an Ethan Hawke movie.
Dang, we need to come up with some sort of game where we're casting stars for movies that don't exist, because that felt good just then.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Don't we have one? We used to play a game called Reroll or something like that.
That's movies that do exist.
Oh, movies that
I'm
don't
talking about
exist
the
is
movie
difference
doesn't
here.
exist and we're cast, you know what I mean?
Tim and Tammy are celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary with a trip to the canyon. After a base jumping accident appears to go horribly wrong, they discover that the world in which they have been living might not be as real as it seems.
Dude, it's The Matrix, but for Tim and Tammy.
It's the Matrix, and Also, the Jim Carrey movie where everything is. What's that movie called?
Eternal Sunshine?
No,
No, it's
The Truman Show.
Oh.
It's the Tim and
Dude,
Tammy
that's
Show.
a good movie.
That is a great movie. But this is the Tim and Tammy Show.
a rock climbing adventure. Doge
Hey.
is the one with that.
Whoa.
A rock climbing adventure between two friends turns into
Tim and
a
Tammy.
terrifying nightmare. It's
Because the world in which they've been living is not as real as it seems.
After Kelly captures the murder of her best friend on camera, she becomes the next target of a tight-knit group of friends who will stop at nothing to destroy the evidence and anyone in their way. Desperate for her
Whoa.
safety, she begins a treacherous climb up a mountain cliff, and her survival instincts are put to the test when she becomes trapped with the killers just 20 feet away.
Dude, so far,
Whoa.
actually, all of these sound very
Yeah.
good. Like,
This sounds
all
great.
4 movies sound really good.
The
you
2
go,
fakes
dude.
and the 2 reels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
February's the new May. It's the
Dude,
I've been
kind
saying
of,
that.
A little
I've been
bit.
saying that.
After Black
Got those
Panther.
new blockbusters. To end today's episode, and what an episode it's been,
Yeah. Especially the first half.
especially the first half of this
That we
episode.
definitely have, by the way, done. So
Yeah.
We did it already. I would love to have your name, and I want you to tell me what's the favorite thing about my contributions to the first episode for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mine is when all of my predictions came true.
Yeah.
The ones I shared, the ones that I didn't share, but ultimately I knew how right I was about
Yeah.
the finale of the Book of Boba Fett.
I'm Doge, and my favorite part was how, Carter, you kept calling him Bibu Fott. And I was like, that's close, but that's not the right vowels.
That's almost
and you're,
it, buddy. That's
and you're
almost
like,
it.
that's my flavor. I'm sort of a crazy vowel wild card. I'll say any vowel at any time.
Yeah, I'm Jordan, and I think, man, the to me the best part about it was, even though you didn't say anything the whole time, how you just sort of sat quietly on my lap.
Yeah. Did
The
you
whole
notice he was
episode.
a little tear came down?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
ask about it, but it seemed like the moment passed. He was definitely going through something.
Yeah. I don't know. Just nodding slowly. He started to clap, but I'm glad he didn't because I would have ruined the audio.
I just have an excellent lap, I guess. I don't know.
Best.